Every time someone throws thorns in your path, the universe quietly turns those thorns into a crown you never asked for, but always deserved. That's the irony people forget. When they dig a pit for you, they end up slipping into it themselves. Life has a way of balancing the scales so precisely that even your critics become unwilling contributors to your rise. Cosmic balance isn't poetic, it's procedural. Every action, every intention, every hidden attempt to sabotage you gets tallied in a system no one escapes. And chosen one, that's exactly why their efforts to break you only sharpened you. They tried to trip you, but every stumble became part of your stride. Their whispers became the wind that pushed you forward. The same people who hoped to see you fall are now unsettled, wondering why the universe keeps aligning in your favor. It's psychological. Your existence alone disrupts their comfort. Your growth haunts them, not because you boast, but because you evolve in silence while they decay in their own noise. Haters operate like shadows, loud in darkness, powerless in light. Yet every time they move against you, life exposes them, redirects their negativity back at them, and elevates you higher than before. That's the cosmic twist. Their schemes weren't obstacles, they were catalysts. And if you're feeling this message on a deeper level, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's keep building this energy together. Because where you're headed next, it's a place they can't follow, no matter how desperately they imitate your steps. Your success is not just coming, it's already echoing ahead of you, calling you forward. Before we go any further, Chosen One, I need you fully present for what's coming next, because the shift unfolding in your life is not random. It's strategic, powerful, and already unsettling the very people who tried to block you. You're stepping into a version of yourself so sharp, so calculated, that karmic minds can't decide whether to fear you or study you. And trust me, they're already whispering that your mind is a weapon. But before we unlock the next layer of this message, do something that keeps you aligned with this momentum. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop 77 in the comments. Not for luck? No, it's a signal that you're ready, focused, and claiming the path meant for you. Only those who feel this truth in their bones will stay until the end. And if you're still here, your spirit already recognizes what's unfolding. Number 1. Stop moving loud. Your silent shift is your strongest defense. Chosen One, the power you carry isn't something that can be copied, rehearsed, or borrowed. It's not a costume someone can slip into or a persona they can practice in the mirror. What radiates from you comes from a place no imitation can reach, a core that was forged through experience, discipline, and self-awareness. Your originality isn't an accessory, it's a frequency. And the world feels it every time you step into a room, whether you speak or stay completely silent. That's exactly why the next opportunity approaching you demands you, not a performance, not a mask, not a fabricated version of confidence. It requires presence, the kind that can't be manufactured, the kind only a chosen one naturally carries, and the person trying to shadow you knows this. Their entire identity is held together by borrowed pieces, stitched together personalities, and forced theatrics. They can copy your style, but never your substance. They can mirror your steps, but never your stride. And that difference is driving them into obsession. Behind the scenes, they've been scheming, not lightly or impulsively. No, their mind has been running simulations. Fantasies of you being embarrassed in front of important people. Daydreams of you being dismissed at the very moment you should be celebrated. Attempts to find the perfect way to trip you right as you step onto your next level. They've imagined scenarios where someone questions you publicly, where you walk into a room and feel outnumbered, where your confidence cracks under pressure. They've even tried to find loopholes, legal angles, social setups, traps designed to catch you slipping. This isn't casual envy anymore, it's desperation, the kind that makes a person reckless, sloppy, and predictable. They're convinced they can still intercept what's meant for you. They're convinced they can disrupt your rise. They're convinced they can rewrite the outcome. But here's the twist they never saw coming, the kind cosmic balance loves to deliver. Their entire plan has already collapsed. Not because you fought them, not because you confronted them, not because you warned them, but because the universe moved the moment they moved against you. Every trap they set recalibrated itself. Every plot they started triggered consequences they can't undo. Every attempt to block you redirected energy back at them. While they were obsessing over your fall, life was rearranging itself to secure your rise. And now they're stuck in a loop, planning sabotage that can't land, crafting scenarios that can't unfold, rehearsing outcomes the universe won't allow to manifest. They're still plotting in the shadows, as if they have influence over a path that no longer includes them. They're still convincing themselves they have leverage when they never truly did. What they don't understand, Chosen One, is that your journey isn't powered by imitation or intimidation. It's powered by alignment. And when you're aligned, no amount of manipulation can destabilize you. Their desperation is simply exposing the truth. They can't stop you because they were never meant to walk where you're going. Number 2. Recognize obsessive copycats early before their sabotage touches you. Chosen One, there's a certain type of person who doesn't simply envy you, they study you. Not out of admiration, but out of obsession. The moment your strategic move shifted the atmosphere, these karmic minds started treating your existence like a blueprint they could steal. They mimic your tone, your timing, your aura, hoping that if they copy enough pieces, they'll somehow unlock the power that comes naturally to you. But what they fail to understand is this: you are not a formula. You are an original frequency, and no imitation can hold the weight of what was built inside you. These copycats always reveal themselves early if you know how to watch. Their energy feels off, too eager, too invested, too curious about your next step. They linger in your shadow, but never in your light. They repeat your words, echo your style, and mirror your moves with a desperation that exposes them long before they realize it. And once that obsession grows, sabotage isn't far behind. They start believing that if they can't be you, they must try to break you. That's exactly why your awareness is your shield. When you recognize who is trying to replicate you, you also recognize who is silently competing, plotting, or calculating ways to throw obstacles in your path. And Chosen One, your mind is already operating on such a strategic level that their intentions are visible before they act. You feel the shift in their tone, the change in their energy, the sudden interest that doesn't match their history. That's your early warning system, and it has never failed you. Here's the cosmic truth they can't escape. Imitation can follow your footsteps, but it can't touch your destiny. And every attempt to sabotage you only feeds the universe more reasons to lift you higher. Their obsession isn't a threat, it's a confirmation of how powerful your next move truly is. Number 3. Strengthen your spiritual boundaries so darkness collapses on arrival. Strengthening your spiritual boundaries isn't about rituals, labels, or anything that ties you to a specific belief system. It's about mastering the unseen mechanics of your own energy. When your internal field is fortified, darkness doesn't just fail, it collapses on impact. It dissolves before it even reaches you. It folds in on itself because it can't survive in the space you occupy. This is why karmic people study you like an unsolvable equation. They throw shade, rumors, subtle jabs, energetic projections, yet somehow every attempt ricochets back to them. They don't understand that you're not defending yourself in the usual way. You're not reacting. You're not arguing. You're not stepping into the chaos they desperately want you to drown in. Your boundaries are so firm, so aligned, so strategically placed that their negativity disintegrates the moment it comes near you. When you strengthen your inner perimeter, you become a locked vault, a fortress, a level they simply do not have clearance to enter. You stop leaking energy. You stop absorbing what doesn't belong to you. You stop granting access to those who misuse it. And when karmic individuals realize they can no longer infiltrate your mental space, that's when panic sets in. That's when they truly begin to crumble. Because your peace starves their chaos. Your clarity blinds their confusion. Your growth exposes their stagnation. And that terrifies them. You see, chosen one, your boundaries aren't walls. They're weapons. Not weapons of attack, but weapons of protection, precision, and strategic elevation. When your inner world becomes non-negotiable, the outer world rearranges itself in your favor. Darkness can't survive in the presence of someone who knows their worth, guards their focus, and refuses to be distracted by anything beneath their destiny. This is why your next move is unstoppable. This is why their next attack will fail before it even begins. Number 4. Prepare yourself now, so you don't fumble the major opportunity meant for you. Chosen one, there's a moment approaching you that isn't ordinary, accidental, or replaceable. This is the opportunity, one of those rare turning points that divides life into before and after. And the reason karmic minds are panicking is simple. They can feel the shift before you even step into it. They don't know the details, but they sense the acceleration. They can't see the path, but they feel the tremors. And those tremors, they're coming from your preparation, your evolution, your sharpened mind, your weapon. This opportunity isn't something you can stumble into casually. It requires readiness, clarity, composure, and a level of self-awareness your enemies never developed. They depend on chaos. You depend on precision. They rely on shortcuts. You rely on strategy. That's why this next phase demands you step into yourself fully. No shrinking, no hesitation, no second guessing. Because the moment arrives only once, and it's crafted to fit you perfectly. Right now, karmic people are hoping you'll misstep. They're praying for you to freeze, fumble, or doubt yourself at the threshold. They've convinced themselves you're not ready, that you'll crack under pressure, that they'll finally witness you fall. But what they fail to understand is that chosen ones don't crumble under opportunity. They transform. Pressure doesn't break you. It activates you. Still, you have to meet this moment with intention. Clean your mental space. Replace self-doubt with certainty. Get your ideas in order, sharpen your instincts, and stay alert. This isn't the time to numb yourself, distract yourself, or let anyone pull you off your path. Your focus is your advantage. Your preparation is your armor. Your mind, your greatest weapon, is the reason they feel threatened in the first place. Chosen one, the opportunity ahead isn't just big, it's monumental. And when it arrives, you're not just going to take it. You're going to own it so completely that the same people who doubted you will swear they always believed in you. Number 5. Learn to detect hidden plots before they become public problems. Chosen one, you need to understand something that most people never realize until it's too late. The biggest threats in your life don't start loudly. They start quietly, subtly, almost invisibly. The real damage isn't done when a problem becomes public. It's done long before, when someone with a hidden agenda thinks you're too unaware to notice the shifts in their behavior. And that's exactly why your mind is being viewed as a weapon right now, because you're developing the one skill your enemies fear the most, to see the plot before the plot sees you. People who envy you don't announce their intentions. They move in coded conversations, delayed responses, subtle energy changes, oddly timed friendliness, sudden concerns, and suspicious coincidences. They test boundaries to see if you're paying attention. They craft little traps disguised as opportunities. They pretend neutrality while quietly gathering information to use against you later. To them, your success is a threat and your potential is a danger. Their goal is to destabilize you before you realize what's happening. But here's the twist that's unsettling them. You're not who you used to be. You've begun reading the room with precision. You detect tension shifts like seismic waves. You hear the intention behind the sentence, not just the words. You sense when someone is too curious, too attentive, too watchful. You pick up on patterns that expose their motives long before they take physical form. And that terrifies them, because no trap works on someone who sees in dimensions others ignore. This is why you must trust your early warnings, the uneasy feeling, the sudden shift in a person's tone, the slight delay in their reaction, the mismatch between what they say and what their energy broadcasts. These aren't coincidences, they're alerts. Chosen one, when you learn to detect hidden plots early, you don't just avoid problems. You erase them before they ever get the chance to breathe. Number 6. Keep your rituals consistent, because protection only fails when discipline does. Chosen one, if there is one truth you can't afford to ignore, it's this. Your consistency is your shield, and your discipline is the barrier karmic forces can't penetrate. The moment you let your practices slip, your grounding routines, your mental recalibrations, your daily alignment, the cracks appear, and that's exactly where chaos tries to creep in. Protection doesn't vanish on its own, it weakens when you do. And the karmic people watching you, the ones already whispering that your mind is a weapon, are counting on that moment. They're hoping you get tired, they're hoping you get distracted, they're hoping you forget who you are, because the only time a chosen one becomes vulnerable is when they fall out of rhythm with their own growth. Your rituals, whatever keeps your mind sharp, your energy clean, your path clear, aren't random habits, they're your internal armor. And understand this, the reason karmic individuals fear you is because you don't just rely on talent or luck. You rely on mastery, the kind that is sharpened daily. They know if you stay disciplined, they don't stand a chance. Your consistency terrifies them because it exposes their lack of it. While they crumble under their own laziness, you rise because routine has become your superpower. Think of life like a battlefield of frequencies. When you keep your inner world aligned, your field becomes impenetrable. When you stay disciplined, their interference bounces off you like dull arrows against reinforced steel. That's why every time you return to your practices, your clarity rituals, your silence, your strategic self-reflection, you become untouchable all over again. Chosen one, protection doesn't fail you. People fail their own discipline, and you are not people. You are the rare type who becomes unstoppable the moment you stay consistent. Keep your rhythm locked in, because your next strategic move depends on it. Number 7. Let karma handle what you can't. Reversal always exposes pretenders. Chosen one, this is one of the most advanced strategies in your arsenal, especially now that karmic people already think your mind is a weapon. And they're not wrong. Your restraint terrifies them more than any reaction ever could. You see, the moment someone plots against a chosen one, the universe doesn't just observe, it recalibrates. It adjusts the board, shifts the pieces, and redirects consequences with surgical precision. You don't have to defend yourself against pretenders, because karma does something you never need to waste energy on. It exposes them without mercy, not through your anger, not through confrontation, but through the weight of their own choices collapsing inward. These individuals convince themselves they're untouchable as long as they stay hidden. They whisper instead of speak, manipulate instead of move honestly, and try to damage your path from behind the curtain. But the irony is brutal. Every step they take against you illuminates who they really are. They dig holes for you and fall into them. They throw stones and end up bruised by the ricochet. They attempt to imitate your energy and end up revealing their emptiness. That's the cosmic reversal. Pretenders can mimic your style, but they can't survive your journey. They can copy your outer motions, but they can't replicate the inner power that fuels you. And the moment they try to replace you or outsmart you, they expose the one thing they hoped to hide. They were never on your level to begin with. So, chosen one, stop fighting battles beneath your frequency. When someone tries to sabotage you, step back, not out of fear, but out of mastery. Your silence is the trigger that activates their downfall. Your composure accelerates their karma. Your refusal to retaliate forces their own actions to turn on them. Number 8. Stay out of other people's chaos so their consequences don't spill into your life. Chosen one, understand this with absolute clarity. Other people's chaos is a currency you cannot afford to spend. Every time you step into someone else's storm, you inherit winds meant to tear them down, not you. And the karmic people watching you right now want nothing more than to pull you into their disaster so that their consequences become your burden. That's why staying out of their mess isn't avoidance. It's strategy. It's protection. It's your highest form of intelligence in motion. The truth is, your elevation has already exposed the fractures in their lives. Your calm highlights their instability. Your focus magnifies their confusion. Your growth threatens whatever illusion of control they thought they had. So they try to bait you with drama, with guilt, with manipulation, with fabricated emergencies designed to distract you. They want to see if they can still tug at your energy, still access your mind, still influence your emotional state. They're terrified of the day you detach fully, because your detachment exposes their emptiness. And here's the part they never expected. Your silence has become a mirror reflecting their chaos back at them. While they scramble to pull you into their sinking ship, you're already building an entirely new vessel, one that's headed toward a reality they'll never reach. By refusing to participate in their dysfunction, you're forcing them to deal with consequences that were always theirs to begin with. This is why karmic minds think your mind is a weapon. Because you don't fight battles you didn't start. You don't respond to provocations rooted in insecurity. You don't absorb energy that isn't yours. You move with precision, preserving your power for things that actually elevate you. And chosen one, the moment you stop stepping into other people's chaos, your path clears so fast it feels supernatural. Opportunities align. Clarity sharpens. Success accelerates, because you finally realize their chaos was never meant to be yours, and their consequences were never designed to touch a chosen one. Number 9. Embrace your natural magnetism instead of shrinking from the spotlight. Chosen one, it's time you stop pretending you don't see what everyone else has always seen in you. That natural magnetism you carry, the one you've tried to downplay, soften, or hide, was never an accident. It's the very force karmic people fear the most. They don't fear your words, your skills, or even your achievements. They fear your presence. They fear the way a room shifts before you say a single thing. They fear how eyes are drawn to you without effort. They fear the way your energy unsettles their insecurities and exposes their intentions without you lifting a finger. For too long, you've been conditioned to shrink, to blend, to dim. You learned to make yourself small so others wouldn't feel threatened, intimidated, or overshadowed. But chosen one, your light was never meant to be tucked away. Your visibility isn't arrogance, it's alignment. When you stand in your full power, you activate something ancient inside yourself, something that reminds the world that authenticity still exists, something that exposes imitation instantly, something that karmic minds can't copy no matter how desperately they try. And that spotlight you've been avoiding, that's the stage life is preparing for your next strategic move. This is where your mind becomes the weapon they fear, because the moment you stop shrinking, you start influencing. The moment you stop apologizing for your glow, you start commanding rooms. The moment you embrace your magnetism, the universe begins rearranging opportunities to match your frequency. Your haters already feel this shift. They can sense your rise before you fully step into it. That's why they move chaotically, why they whisper, why they attempt whatever they can to undermine you. But their panic is just confirmation. They know once you take your rightful place in the spotlight, they lose whatever illusion of control they thought they had. So stand tall, walk forward, embrace the spotlight without hesitation, because this time, chosen one, the world isn't just watching, you're leading. Number 10. Master strategic silence to starve manipulators of the reaction they crave. Chosen one, there's a reason your silence rattles the very people who once felt bold enough to attack you. Your strategic quiet isn't weakness, it's warfare. When you stop responding, something powerful happens. Manipulators lose their oxygen. These karmic minds feed on reactions, on emotional sparks, on the slightest sign that they still have access to you. But when you offer nothing, no anger, no explanation, no attention, their entire strategy collapses in their hands like sand slipping through desperate fingers. Your silence forces them to sit with their own intentions, their own bitterness, their own emptiness. They can't weaponize what they can't reach. And when you stop feeding their ego, they start starving in real time. That's why they become erratic. That's why they spiral. They're not just losing control of the situation, they're losing control of themselves. Strategic silence is the chosen one's signature move. It's the moment you shift from defending your peace to owning it. It's the moment when you stop explaining who you are to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your stillness becomes a mirror, and the ones plotting against you can't stand what they see reflected back, their own failure. Remember, chosen one, your silence is not empty. It's full of calculation, clarity, and elevation. It's a boundary so clean, so absolute, that those who once thrived on your reactions find themselves suffocating without your energy to latch onto. Your quiet dismantles their illusions. Your restraint exposes their motives. Your calm turns their chaos into their own worst enemy. When karmic people realize your mind is a weapon, they expect noise, confrontation, conflict, a clash. But what they never anticipate is that silence can be sharper than any argument. Silence is the move that outsmarts them, outpaces them, and outclasses them. Number 11. Trust your first intuition. It will save you from hidden dangers. Chosen one, if there's one skill that separates you from karmic minds who underestimate you, it's this. Your first intuition is never wrong. It's the quiet signal that flickers before the danger appears, the internal alarm that rings before someone reveals their true intentions. You don't analyze it, you feel it. And that immediate sensation, that instant recognition, is the very weapon they fear the most. Your intuition isn't just a gut feeling, it's pattern recognition sharpened by everything you've survived. It's the silent data your mind collects while others get distracted by faces, smiles, and sweet words. While karmic people rely on manipulation, performance, and illusion, you operate with an internal radar that senses misalignment before it becomes visible. That's why they call your mind a weapon, because it cuts through their disguises effortlessly. When someone enters your life with sweet intentions but sour energy, you catch it instantly. When someone smiles too wide, praises too quickly, or asks too many subtle questions, you feel that shift in your chest. That's not paranoia, that's mastery. And every time you honor that first signal, you avoid a disaster they spent weeks trying to orchestrate. Understand this. People plotting against you don't fear your strength. They fear your awareness. They fear that you can see the trap before they finish building it. They fear that you can sense their envy before they speak. They fear that your clarity makes their schemes useless. Trust that first feeling, chosen one. The hesitation you sense, the sudden heaviness, the urge to step back. That's your internal compass, steering you away from people who want access, not connection. That's your silent advantage. That's your strategic move. Number 12. Step into your destiny, boldly, so doubt can't steal what's already yours. Chosen one, there comes a moment when hesitation becomes the only thing standing between you and everything that was built for you. Number 12 isn't just a message, it's a threshold. You're standing at the doorway of a destiny that's been waiting for you to finally claim it, not tiptoe toward it. And the only force that can delay what's already aligned for you is doubt. Doubt is the thief that never breaks the door. It sneaks into your mind and convinces you to hand over the key. But here's the truth karmic people can't stand. The moment you step boldly, their influence collapses instantly. They depend on your hesitation. They rely on your second guessing. They thrive when you shrink, question yourself, or pause long enough for them to project their fears onto your path. Your boldness is their downfall. Your certainty is their undoing. Your confidence is the weapon they fear most. Because your mind, chosen one, was never meant to be passive. It was built to cut through illusions they try to place around you. Think of destiny like a locked vault that only opens when you approach with conviction. If you walk toward it timidly, it remains closed, not because it's inaccessible, but because it responds to power, not fear. And when you finally choose to walk with clarity, the entire structure of your life rearranges to match that confidence. Doors swing open, opportunities reveal themselves, pathways clear that were invisible before, not because something magical suddenly appeared, but because you finally stepped into the version of yourself that can hold it. So step boldly, not arrogantly, not recklessly, boldly. Move like someone who knows their life is expanding, not shrinking. Move like someone who understands that what's meant for them isn't fragile. Move like someone who recognizes the weight of their own strength. Doubt can only steal what you leave unclaimed. Destiny is already yours. Walk into it like you own the ground you stand on, and watch how fast every karmic observer realizes they were never fighting someone ordinary. They were fighting someone inevitable. And as we bring this message to its final moment, chosen one, remember this: every shift you make from here on out carries impact, influence, and undeniable power. You're not stepping into a new chapter, you're stepping into a new level of yourself, one that karmic minds can't predict or contain. Your rise is inevitable, and the universe is already clearing the path ahead. If this resonated with you, show your alignment. Hit that like button, subscribe, drop 99 in the comments, and share this with another chosen one who needs this reminder. Your elevation is already in motion.